Welcome back to Wizard Supercoach. That is it. The practice games are done. There is only one last hurdle to get past, and then, we're at the first lockout. So, obviously, we've got the round zero to go, which is really annoying in terms of the buys and shit that it creates. But in terms of the free look it gives us on some players, it's obviously got some kind of use. But, yeah, I got to say, I'm feeling pretty calm heading into this late stage now with how my team is looking and stuff. Still haven't been swayed too much by anything in these practice games, and I hope that you guys haven't either. I did watch both games today, so that was Kangaroos and Collingwood, and then the Eagles and Power. So I'll quickly run through them as quick as I can, and review those games and everything that it means for Supercoach, in my opinion, just as I have been doing. And then tomorrow night, I think I'll do a team update video. So yeah, I'll get into it. We'll start with the Roos and Collingwood. Sheasel, just lock him in. Like, he was everywhere. He looked really good. 12 contested possessions. I know that's somewhat been a knock on his game in the past, is that he's a bit of a seagull, I guess. But he does it all these days. So yeah, be confident with that one. Just lock him in. I would not be wanting to go against the pack on that one, even if you think that there's not much value there. It's a no-brainer. LDU actually looked like he tried in a preseason game, but I can't trust the guy. It's been bait for years, like a 120 and stuff. I'm not saying he's done it in preseason before, but damn, like, he sucks people in every year. Then he either gets injured or he just kind of doesn't score that well. How do you pronounce this guy's name? Is it Doveston or Doveston? Anyway, he's got 99, which is good for a rookie. He's a forward rookie, but unfortunately that role is not great for Supercoach in the long term. So think of Kako last year. I think it was in was it in round one or in the preseason? He kicked like 5 goals and got a nice Supercoach score, and then for the rest of the year he was scoring 40s and stuff. So yeah, it's just not the right role. As good as he looked, this Doveston, whatever his name is, it's just not viable for Supercoach. And, if it turns out to be, then fine, get him in and correct that trade. But yeah, for now, I wouldn't pay too much attention to it. I don't think North are terribly relevant. Not until you get to this guy. So, Blamires, kind of come out of nowhere. He's one of those, I think, that's... did he get signed in the week or something like that, I think? So he won the best young player in the VFL. And he's got no problem racking up the footy, apparently. So 24 touches, and he's done well. 87. He's a 99k rookie, by the way. So we don't really need much out of him. We just need him to play. And he looked really, really good. So if he's not playing in round one, and guys like Caleb Daniel are still in the team, then I do think Clarko has lost the plot. I've always defended him a lot because he is a 4-time premiership coach, and I've maintained that does not happen by accident. But, everyone kind of declines at some point, and it seems like Clarko may be declining as a coach if he's going to continue with these really odd decisions, given where North are at. They're still a bottom 4 team, unfortunately. So Blamires looked really good. He is straight into my team, obviously pending round 1 selection, but yeah, it's good to have a 99k rookie just fall out of the sky like that. Not saying he's going to score like this every week, obviously, but yeah, he doesn't have to do much at that price. Cherry was an interesting one. So he's still in my team. He's up against Darcy Cameron, who obviously is one of the better rucks in the AFL. Now, we saw Cameron. He looked like the ruck that the rules favoured the most in the State of Origin game. And then this game, he kind of struggled. So we can see here that, in the end, his Supercoach score recovered and stuff. But yeah, Cherry was dominating him early, I thought. So 20 hit outs. Oh, Cameron ended up with 30. That's interesting. But I think most of those were when Cherry went off. So Cherry basically didn't play the last quarter from what I could see. And you can see here 69% game time. So pretty much played 3 quarters. Yeah, he's a bit all over the place. Like, I don't think he was trying terribly hard, and there wasn't heaps of repeat stoppages, but it was just that kind of game. Classic preseason game, end-to-end stuff. Quite scrappy. So you can see here 30 points in the first quarter, 23 it's a bit down, and then 36 in the third. Last quarter, so he's gone -5, and I think that's because I don't think he even went on the field in the last quarter. So he would have lost points in the scaling and stuff. So I thought there was really not too much to worry about with Cherry. Others might see it differently, but the ruck thing is all the talk at the moment, and I still think people are overreacting. I think Cherry was fine. If it wasn't a pre-season game, if it was like around 0 or something, then okay, maybe I'd be a little bit worried. But if it was, he wouldn't have had 69% game time. So nothing to worry about. He still can score like 20 points in about a minute. So still in my team. I don't think that's changing. He's got that crazy run to begin with. So Trembath, an 80. Now, when I did the live stream the other night, somebody brought up Trembath. Give me a second. I'm going to go back and see who that was. I'm going to give you a shout out. So James P 7777, you called it in the live stream about Trembath. He was not even on my radar whatsoever, and I don't think he was on too many others' radar either. But man, he looked good. So 2 goals, 1, and he scored the 80 there. Wow, if you're watching, well done. I know you probably are watching because you quite often comment, and I love the support. So thanks for that. But wow, great call there from nowhere. I'll say it again though, as I did in the live stream. At 270k, you'd want to be really sure that he can keep scoring consistently like this. Obviously, that third kind of tall forward, I think maybe even third ruck. So looking at this, they favoured Coleman Jones. Why are they playing Coleman Jones? That's weird. He doesn't look great. Anyway, I don't know if you're confident on Trembath. I'm not going to question it after this. I mean, I did in the live stream, but run with it because so far it looks like you're right. As I said, I don't think North Melbourne's too Supercoach relevant. Caleb Daniel, he can't stay in the team. He's a defensive liability. He just kind of does nothing except for get cheap ball, and he's not even really doing that so well. Like in a defense that North have, you can't really afford to have a guy like him that's just being beaten one-on-one constantly. I don't know. I think maybe he's just there until McKercher gets back, or at least that's what I'm hoping. And hopefully the two don't play together, because I think Daniel's going to sap points off of McKercher. Clarko, come on, man, wake up. Nothing else here for North. Yep, pretty confident there's nothing there. So now Collingwood, and as much as this game, you would think being a 1 point margin would have been decent to watch. It really wasn't. It was like Collingwood reserves against North were almost full strength, I think. It didn't look good at all. It was quite windy and stuff. A bit like the Crom and Fremantle game. So, not great to watch. But Ned Long, he made the most of his opportunity there. Played a lot of midfield without Dacos and Pendlebury in the team. He's done all right there. The problem with him, he just needs mass CBAs to score. Don't know how much he gets once they're back. Lipinski did his usual preseason thing where he looks like an A-grader. He's really not. Don't get fooled. I wouldn't even worry if he was like, I don't know, DPP forward or something. He even might be, but I still wouldn't look at him. Dacos looked alright. He just looked like he was cruising, really. Again, interesting to see what their midfield setup's going to be like when De Goey comes back in, Dacos, Pendlebury. Collingwood fans, let us know in the comments. Shed some light on that one, but I mean, Josh Dacos obviously is really good. I think he's actually underrated, but probably not as a Supercoach pick. Houston was alright actually in this game. Notice he was even taking some kick-ins, but Collingwood seemed to really rotate the kick-ins back there. It's just kind of whoever's closer, as long as it's not Frampton. Houston, I think he's done in terms of Supercoach. And as I said before, Darcy Cameron, Cherry was all over him, but if you have a look at the ruck video I did about a month ago, Cherry always goes really well against Cameron. It's like Cherry's his kryptonite or something. So I wouldn't read too much into this game because there are some rucks that just match up so well on others, and I think Cameron will be fine as a pick, to be honest. Just remember, he does score more in losses for Collingwood, usually about, I think it was about 20 points more in losses, because he does like to position himself down back to get those intercepts. So I don't know, it kind of depends what you think Collingwood are going to do, but yeah, I don't know. I think they'll drop. They're going to drop, but not heaps. Yeah, they're another team that's not incredibly relevant, I think, for Supercoach. There's really nothing here. The problem with Collingwood is they've got like a really settled sort of 23 or 22, and they're all quite experienced. Like, they're an old team. But then outside of that, it's just like, it's rookies. Like, not many have even played games. So I don't know, it's hard to get a read on them in terms of Supercoach and what's going to be good. This Steele guy looked alright, but didn't score too great. Yeah, I'm kind of scraping the barrel here, I think. There's not really much at all. This was disappointing, Harrison. So I think we're pretty short on forward rookies. I think Harrison's just lost his spot to Todd Marshall in my team, which I'll get to him later. But yeah, disappointing. Harrison didn't really show that he can score, I think. So probably won't play round one either. I think, yeah, even if he is named round one, probably skip that one. Might be alright later on. Alright, so that's it for that game. Not terribly Supercoach relevant. We'll go to the other one. And this one was anything but close. It was quite boring, actually. Yeah, West Coast are in some deep shit, I think, this year, if that's how they're going to play. They almost look like they've gone backwards. I know it's pre-season, but Jesus, it was not good. It's not like Port are world beaters either. So, I mean, Port will probably do okay, but yeah, shouldn't be doing that to West Coast if they truly had improved. So, McCarthy, he was interesting. He started off with a bang and he went missing in the middle two quarters. I think he ended off pretty well. Let's have a look. This is great, this quarter by quarter thing. Yeah, so he's gone 44, 18, 6, and 29. I think that's enough to really put me off the pick. Like, I have looked at him and stuff and researched him a bit, and I think it's just the fact that he is so inexperienced. Even though he's like a more mature ager, he's just inexperienced at the level. So I think he is going to be kind of up and down. And you could write it off and say, oh, you know, he was kind of quiet today because West Coast got smacked. But that's going to happen a lot by the look of it. They're going to get smacked. I know he still scored 97 and stuff, but I don't know. It just... it didn't look like a 97 game. I think it was kind of like what Blackiston did yesterday, where it was a lot of scoring early, so he kept getting scaled up. Not convincing really. Dev Rob, I didn't notice him a hell of a lot, but a 94, that's great. Lock him in. Not much to say there. Probably wasn't until the last quarter that I started to notice him, because I think he was a bit quiet to begin with. Again, I think West Coast, like, unless we're looking at bottom price rookies, they're not exactly relevant either. Harley Reid, 75, so didn't really do anything to impress me Supercoach wise, but I mean, I've been pretty critical of him with his attitude, and I think today he actually looked a lot more mature and level-headed out there. Whether it was because it was a practice game or not, I don't think I've ever seen him act like that on the field, so hopefully that's a good step in the right direction for him. Marich, 70. The problem with Marich is he doesn't really do anything else other than just get those cheap, like, kick-ins and those little chips and stuff. If it's not happening, like, there's nothing else, there's no other avenues to score for him. I think he might be an issue as well with the Lindsay pick. So Marich has had no contested possessions, which really is not too unusual for him, because that's that role he plays. Lindsay is also like that distributor type down back, and he's got a great leg. He turned it over a bit today, obviously 68% efficiency, but he did get some contested possessions, but no tackles, right? So you can tell he's more of that outside player. How long can West Coast afford to have two kind of outside distributors in a backline that's leaking that many goals? I don't know. At some point, it seems like they're going to have to make a choice. Like, it's one or the other. I could be completely wrong, but I would be going with Lindsay. But yeah, I think they're going to kind of... I mean, for those people that were looking at Marich as, you know, he's obviously not a rookie, looking at him as an actual pick down back, I think they just kind of cancel each other out at this point. Like, I'll still pick Lindsay, obviously, but I don't like his job security based on that alone. But at his price, I guess you kind of got to just go for it. Yeah, Finn McRae didn't look great, really. I hardly noticed him. Found the ball, 21 touches. But I don't like, yeah, again, job security. I don't think he makes the cut for round one. Or even if he does, I don't think he'll be in there for too long. Schoenberg, same problem he's always had. He looks just off the pace, a little bit slow. What do you have in terms of 75% game time? He's another one. He might make the cut for round one. Probably him or McRae. Probably won't be both. But yeah, job security is so shaky. I would not be picking him. And Duff Tytler. So seems to be a pretty popular pick, but I don't know. I don't think he's going to make enough money based off this. He's not even he's not basement price, is he? Yeah, he's 190k. So I don't think he can go there. I just don't see anything in his game that suggests he's going to score that well. Like, he's kicked a goal here, and he's still only scored a 39. I know they got touched up, but come on, like I said, it's going to happen a lot. You think, you know, second ruck and a goal might make for a better score, but it doesn't. So, you know, whether you're picking him for convenience because of that DPP and stuff, like, I think there's other options. The one I'm looking at for sure is Toby Murray for the Crom. I know he's not DPP yet, but he will be after the first 6 rounds if you still got him. And I'm guessing that we probably will, because I can't see him making enough money in like 3 weeks. Yo's not Supercoach relevant anymore, but I got to say, it was pretty sad to see him play. Just way off the pace. It's like, even though he's such a smart player in that, once the speed's gone, unless you're like a Pendlebury or, you know, playing key position or something like Tex, that's it. Like, he just looked way off, and it was sad to see. Like, Father Time is undefeated, as we know. And Yo's been a great player, but I think that's it. Like, he's out there for experience and to guide the young ones, but that's it in terms of actually as a player. He looks cooked. Archer Reed, he was popular last year, but, you know, I think it might even be the same thing with Duff Tytler or Tyler or whatever his name is. He's probably, I would say he'd probably be the Reed of this year, but he's too expensive, so I'd be avoiding him. So now to Port, and I think they're going to be, out of the 4 teams I've covered today, I think they're going to be the most relevant. So Butters, just lock him in, throw away the key. The only thing that's going to derail him now is some kind of injury, which I don't want to speak into existence, or a tag from, I think it was Sheen Mullen, wasn't it? That absolutely wrapped him up last year, but he would have worked on how to get around that. No worries. I'd back it in. If it's one game for the year, who cares? So, yeah, a 176, and he only played 67% game time. Like, the guy's a freak. Absolute freak. And he's got that crazy run to begin with, so I don't even need to talk about him. There's no way, if you're a serious super coach, that you're not starting him. Before the game, we saw the coach talking about Rosie, and he said that he'd play midfield. And he was still swapped down back, but it sounded like he was going to have that mostly midfield role. And he looked good in there, but it was only up against West Coast. It's actually put me off the pick. Like, he looked good and stuff, but we want more of that half-back role, because I think when he does play more mid, his scores are definitely more up and down. Is he just in there because, like, Wines isn't playing at the moment? Who else is there? Horn Francis is mostly playing forward. So I don't know what happens when they get them all back, but I'm hoping that, Rosie is going to head down back and play majority there. It makes sense to rotate him into the midfield, but hopefully, he's a defender rotating in rather than a midfielder rotating out, if that makes sense. Willem Drew looked really good again, another 126. I probably would almost pick him if it looked like Wines wasn't going to play this year or he gets an injury or something. Drew's the obvious one. Oh, Bergman didn't play, did he? Actually, I think it's Drew and Bergman that are the two interchangeable ones from the research I did for the tagging article in the Swordplay guide, the season guide, which if you haven't got a copy of that yet, you should pick it up. But see how Bergman goes, like when he's going to come back. If he's going to be out for a while and this kind of lingers on, then Drew actually could be a goer for his price to make some quick cash. Like he's only had 54% disposal efficiency here and he's still gone at 126. And obviously it's West Coast he played, but yeah, how cheap is he? So he's 443. He could make you 100k pretty quick, I reckon. We've seen him score before. He needs that opportunity in the middle. And as I said, it seems like if Bergman's not in there, it's probably going to be him. Watch that one. Watch the Bergman thing. I've seen a few people say they're going to pick Georgiades to capitalise on that early fixture. As you can see here, though, 6 goals and he only just hunned. Yeah, that doesn't scream pick me, to be honest. He's not going to score 6 goals against all these teams. And to be honest, Essendon and St Kilda are getting lumped in with those really easy teams. They're not in like West Coast and North Melbourne's, what would you call it, like their class. I think they're a lot better. St Kilda in particular are a lot better than them. So, I would advise against that, I guess. But, I never really tell people what to do, so not on this channel. That sounds funny, actually. It's not like I have a channel where I do tell people what to do. A separate channel. Just in general, not even Supercoach. Joe Richards. This is interesting. He looked great against the Crom in the trial last week. And he looked good again today. It looks like he's starting as that high half forward that pushes into the middle as the extra mid. I even saw him getting the ball like down on the defensive 50 and stuff. He's interesting because I always rated him when he was at Collingwood, and then he kind of had a quiet one at Port in his first year. I guess, I'm sort of getting off the Supercoach topic there, just talking footy in general. But yeah, Richards is good. Pity he's for Supercoach that he's now like 370k or something like that. Horn Francis is just coming back from injury, and that is playing mostly full forward. Low Tog, I think. 64%. So he's mid only, isn't he? So I wouldn't be going there. Burgoyne was kind of disappointing. He was turning it over a bit and all that. I don't know. I think he scores better when it's a closer game, just because the way he positions himself and can get those intercepts and stuff playing defensive wing. Visentini looked alright. So 86. What's he priced at? He's 300k, so I think at that price you'd want him to do better. There's quite a few options or cheap options in the ruck anyway, so I don't think I'd be going there. Marshall's a confusing one. So he looked good today. We can see he had 18 touches. He's a good kick. He had one shocking turnover in the last quarter. Kicked it straight to a guy about 15 metres away, but we'll forgive him. So he scored the 85. But if you remember last week against the Crom, he had 2 touches in a half, and he looked like he may not have even been in the best 23. So before the game, Josh Carr was saying that it sounded like they're going to back him in. He is in the team. He's going to take that role. So that was a good sign to begin with. And then he's gone and scored like this. I think the reason for the fluctuation in his scoring, and it's a huge fluctuation, he had pretty much no score at all last week. When they come up against a forward line that's like a tall forward line with the 3 tools, like the Crom, so you got Fogarty, Thilthorpe and Tex, I think Marshall, it looked like he had to play lockdown. He was kind of splitting his time. He was on Tex for a bit. He was on Dilthorpe for a bit. And obviously, they're pretty hard to defend. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Crom supporter. I mean, they're good key forwards. And I just feel like there's going to be a massive fluctuation in his scoring because if they're playing these easier teams in that first 5 games or whatever it is that we're pick and port players for, they're not going to play that chip around in defence. They're going to be attacking, okay? So think last year how Finlayson, he kind of played that role and he started with a bang. He went absolutely off in one of the practice games. I think they smashed Richmond or something. Him and Rosie were just like chipping it back and forth in defence. I don't think Marshall's going to do that to begin with. And if they do come up against a tall team, like I think they got Hawthorn in round 6. And we know that Hawthorn plays with that tall forward line. You probably got Lewis, Chol, who else? Is it Kausha Deer? There's a few of them up there rolling around. Marshall's probably going to have to play on one of them, and that's where his scoring's going to get hurt. It could completely tank his cash gen. That's what puts me off. And I wouldn't care so much if he was like 120k or below, but he's like 150k, so you kind of want to be a bit more sure. I think given the lack of forward rookies, though, you kind of just got to go there. And yeah, I just realised I've spent a lot of time on Marshall, so I'm going to move on from there. Watkins, so he played midfield. He looked good. Can find the ball. He's had 20 touches. Yeah, he's another one that's probably... I mean, does he keep his spot when Bergman's back or if Wines comes back? I don't know. 73% game time. Pretty clear he can rack it up. 13 contested possessions. He looked really good too, I thought, like just to the eye. I started to notice him more in the second half, but yeah, he's an interesting one. I'd keep an eye on him. If he's named round 1, I'd probably go there. I think Will Brodie at this point is just for depth. I mean, he didn't play today. He wasn't even on the extended bench, so that's definitely not a good sign for him. Yeah, I think Watkins is the go over Brodie if you're going to go for one of them. I mean, if Will thought if Brodie was named round 1, we'd take the risk. Well, Watkins is even cheaper, so it makes sense. Can't pass up 99k rookies. You never know what it's going to open up in the rest of the field. And then there's Whitlock up forward. So again, I know it was only West Coast and it was a big win and stuff, but he looks pretty good. 2 goals, pretty good in the air. Like, you know, you can't judge it too harshly. Again, on West Coast defense isn't that great, but yeah, he still wasn't bad at all, and we know they've got that easier run to begin with. Does he have a spot in the team? So if we look at the Port forward line, obviously Georgiades, he's the main guy, the big kahuna up there, with good reason. Ollie Lord they rate really highly, so I don't think he's gonna move out the team. Watkins probably is that third. Although he looks like he's really tall, so I don't know if they can play all 3. Maybe it's kind of like what I think is going to be the Crom setup, where Whitlock plays off the bench as like that 23rd man. How I think Toby Murray's going to do, so that it frees up Ollie Lord. He can stay forward. I think it's going to be popular. A lot of teams are going to play that tall player as the 23rd now. It makes sense. So yeah, keep an eye on him. He looks like he's actually all right, especially with that early fixture, as I said. Mead's an interesting one. Have a look at his ratio here. 93 fantasy for 69 Supercoach. What's he done? Why has that happened? 69% disposal efficiency. Only 4 contested possessions. Has he got frees against? No, 2 frees, 4. What's he done here? 3 clangers. Has he scored it all late or something? So the scaling took care of it. Yeah. Yeah, he's got... Yeah, okay. Had a big last quarter. Game was killed off, so the scaling's killed his score. He's not terribly Supercoach relevant, I think, but it is interesting that last year they were using him for CBAs. I think, you know, he's probably not going to get many this year, but if they get a couple injuries, he's probably going to be the next man up, so keep an eye on that one. My man Logan Evans, really rate him, not for Supercoach, just in general. Just want to say he looks like he's going to be a good player in the future. And yes, I am a Crom supporter, so it pains me to say that about a poor player. But you know, credit where credit's due. Barry's another one. He looks good, not for Supercoach, but just in general, good player. What else have they got? What's the old power got here? Not really anything else, I think. Yeah, the last thing for them really is that Brody didn't play. So, as I said, don't worry about Brody. I think Watkins is the go. If they name Watkins, well, back him in as if you were going to back Brody, because the job security is probably the same. Watkins may even have better job security because he's younger. So, I mean, Port won't admit it. Koshi won't let them even use the word, but they are 100% there in some kind of rebuild. Like the Kenny era is over and they're going to be playing kids. So, hopefully that's good for Supercoach. So yeah, those games were quite a bit harder to watch than yesterday's, especially the Essendon St Kilda one. That was good, as I said. But yeah, that's about all I've got for them, I think. Yeah, the Ruck thing, I still haven't changed my mind on it. I think people are overreacting. It's going to be fine. I mean, you can see here, Visentini and Flynn. Visentini's more of a jumper, obviously, than Flynn. And Flynn still won 32 hitouts. I think we're seeing a combination of, the new rules are having a tiny bit of impact of the centre bounce. That's it. But then around the ground, it's just a lack of stoppages. It's not because of the last touch rule and stuff. I think it's mostly because it's practice games and there's not those repeat stoppages. But I guarantee you, as soon as the season starts, the real season, we're going to see repeat stoppages as we always do. And I've said it before, but look at any rule at all that they've brought in the last 20 years to try and get the game moving more freely and stuff. Coaches have found a way around it every time. If they want to make the game defensive, they're going to do it. They're always going to do it, and that's what they're paid for. Maybe the stand rule was one that they haven't worked out properly yet, but, the odds are in our favour. Every other rule, I would say, they haven't got a workaround for it yet, and the game is still quite congested. So I think I'll end off on that and say just stay strong through to round 0 now. Try and be smart about your picks. Let me know in the comments if anything changed for you today from these games, and who you're now going to be looking at in round 0, because, I mean, not that it's changed anything in my team too much, but there's definitely guys on my watch list for round 0 now. So, yeah, I'll do a video tomorrow. I'll go through the changes in my team, try and settle on them tonight. And, as always, thanks for the support and thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video.